Hi, Allie. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm trying. Been trying to do the things that you were suggesting and trying to, you know, t- self-care. I've been able to take a walk a couple of times. I'm still feeling really anxious, but I can see that I'm trying a little bit more. So,
Well, it's good to see you today. I can
so
tell a little bit that you're anxious. You're talking a little faster. And so, tell me, like, how many, like, out of 7 days a week, how many days do you think you're feeling anxious?
every day.
Every day.
It's like
Okay.
all the time. I even can't sleep. Like told you, like I can't sleep because my mind just doesn't turn off. So
Okay.
yeah.
So it's kind of a constant for you.
Hmm.
Is there any time that you feel like does help, or something is happening in the moment that maybe helps maybe bring it down a little bit for you?
Um, I think when I try to take a shower to like relax, and that sometimes is helpful. That usually is helpful. It does relax me. I have been able to go outside a couple days and take a walk when it's been nice out. That helps. That does help a little. I look around, I can see different things. I try to take deep
Okay.
breaths and that helps a little, but like when I get back home and like the house is a mess and there's all this stuff, it just kind of all builds up again. But I have had moments, I guess. So,
Okay. So you found a few things. It sounds like a couple of things between the fresh air and maybe like a hot shower that kind of helps, alleviate some of that in the moment.
hmm
What are some of those anxious thoughts that you might be having?
it's always like what's going to happen? Like, is the roof gonna need to be fixed? Is my car gonna break down? Am I gonna get sick? Am I gonna not be able to take time off? Or am I gonna get in trouble at work? Like, are my kids gonna get sick? It's just all the things that might happen, and nothing's really happening bad right now, but
Okay.
they can. So I'm just worried.
Okay. About the what if.
Yeah.
Okay. Are these the things that also kind of keep you awake at night?
hmm Yes, all the things that what's gonna happen tomorrow. I don't know.
Okay. So if during the day you're having some of these thoughts, what if you try to practice a little bit of mindfulness by, bringing yourself back to the present and what's going on in that moment instead of allowing your brain to continually think about all those what ifs and feel that anxiety and feeling more overwhelmed by all those what ifs. So maybe one of the things in trying to bring yourself back could be, if you're at work, because you can do this at work, and all of a sudden, you are starting to have those thoughts and they're starting to consume you and it's hard for you to get your work done. Just taking a minute and looking around and reminding yourself in the room what you see. So if you see your computer, you're just kind of noting that. You don't even have to say it out loud. You see your cup of coffee sitting over here. So you're going to say, hey, I see my coffee. And just naming off maybe 5 things you see in your like immediate area. And that should help bring your mind back to, oh, this is where I am right now. And bring yourself out of those anxious thoughts that you're having. And then if you find yourself, starting to work again and a few minutes later those thoughts are popping back up, try it again and just kind of repeat that to try to get into the habit of, okay, now my brain is right here but I'm bringing myself back so that hopefully your brain can start to do that on its own. Do you think that's something you could try?
Yeah, I definitely can try if that might be helpful. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's a good idea.
Well, give it a try for the next week and see what you think when you come back.
Okay.
um, maybe even keep a little journal that, today you tried, but you had a difficult time, but tomorrow, one of those times you were able to stay in the moment for maybe 5 minutes, and that's progress. So maybe try to keep a little journal so you can track your own progress. And sometimes that
hmm
helps motivate us a little more.
Okay.
And at night, before you go to sleep, when you find some of those anxious thoughts keeping you up at night, try something similar where you're able to kind of relax yourself and bring yourself out of those thoughts by, maybe a little meditation, a guided meditation. And I could send you some of those. Then maybe you could just lay down, close your eyes, do the 5-minute guided relaxation, and hopefully that'll calm yourself enough and reduce some of those thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. If you could send me some, that would be good.
Perfect.
That's,
Then yes, I will send that to your email so you can give that a try tonight. And the
mhm.
same thing, kind of keep an eye on that and see what your thoughts are for next week. Did it help? Did you fall asleep initially but wake back up and have to do it again? All of those things.
Okay. Yeah, that
Right.
sounds like a good possibility, and I'm like I said, I'm willing to try anything because this is horrible. Always feeling scared. It's not
Yeah,
fun.
I'm sure.
Mm.
So let's start with those couple of things to try to reduce some of those thoughts.
Okay.
Hopefully get to a point where, we can start increasing those times where, we go from 5 minutes to maybe now we're at a half an hour and we haven't had a thought like that.
Hmm.
And work on that starting there. Okay. So sounds like you're up for that. So let's give that a try over the next week. When we meet again, we'll talk about it. We'll see, what kind of progress you are seeing. If there's something maybe we need to tweak a little bit or try differently.
Okay.
All right. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, it sounds like a plan, and I feel like kind of excited to see because if I could start to feel better, that's exciting. So thank
Great.
you.
Great. All right. Well, I look forward to hearing how it goes next week. So same time, same place work for you.
Absolutely, that sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Well, you have a great week. Okay. And I look forward to hearing from you next week.
Thanks. You too. Bye.
All right. Bye. Have a great night.
You too.